Hello, my name is Darla Boljat, and my company is DK Boljat, which is my first two initials. And I'm painting a hummingbird painting, and this is, I think, step 4, I'm pretty sure. It could be a different number, but I'm pretty sure it's step 4. I'm gonna start blocking in the color of the hummingbird, and I've made my own black, which is ultramarine and burnt umber. I'm using Blick acrylic paints. You can buy those online if you're interested. They have good pigment. They're good paints. So I'm gonna start by painting in her little beak, and I can turn it sideways to do that. That might be easier, just so I can make a nice straight line. I wetted down my brush and I went right into the color. That's a big beak. That is a big beak. I mean, I don't think a beak's really that big, right? So I'm going to reduce that by pulling along the side of it with another brush. I've dampened down this brush. I'm just going to pull the long side here and thin it down a little bit. I really don't want to remove the background. There we go. And then I'm going to turn it the other way. See if I can thin down the other side. Because yeah, this bird would get picked on, I think, you know, just with the beak that it has. See if I can move that. There we go. It's starting to move, and we're just using a damp brush. And back we go. Don't move background. I painted that earlier today, so I'm gonna just pull that. I suppose if the background didn't move, I could always paint it back in. I don't know that they're super sharp like a needle, but I'm just gonna, there we go, that's plenty. And I can take a Q-tip and take off the excess water. And then paint in a little bit of sky behind that, I think. I'll add in, I have the sky color mixed up right up here, which is phthalo blue and white. And I'm gonna, you get it to the shade you want, right? I'm just painting a little bit where it's still black there on that edge. I don't want it to take over the background, so I'm gonna have to blend that out. There we go. It helps to get the angle right. And then if I want to, I can just take off the rest. I'm going to take off the rest of the water. You get a clean Q-tip. And well, it's looking pretty good, I think. I'm going to go back and go the other way. Got the brush loaded with really thin paint, and come in and do round 2 here. Let's see. I think that's going to be fine. I can also use a little bit of black right on the eyeball. Don't worry about the white part yet. You know where the reflection of the light is? Don't worry about that. Just put in the black of the eye. And you don't want a lot of texture there, so I'm making sure I'm not leaving texture on the eye. I am brushing it out so that there's just the color there. I love the hummingbirds. The Anna's hummingbirds hang around here in Oregon all year round, even when it's really cold. And that is why I have videos. I love them, and that's why I have videos of them, how to feed them. Well, you know, I came up with a hummingbird feeder that you can, hummingbird feeder heater that you can use to keep them from freezing. So if you're interested in that, just check out the video for that. And it is in the regular videos, and it is, yeah, step by step how to set up your hummingbird feeder not to freeze over the winter. And the only time it didn't work was when we had a chill factor of 17 degrees and everything was frozen. That didn't work because the chill factor froze up the food, so I had to go out and switch it out. But at least during just regular freezing, it's no big deal. It won't freeze. So I'm gonna put in the base color of the hummingbird, and I wanna make sure I got this lined up. And it looks like it's lined up just fine. So I'm gonna start putting that in, and that's on their tummy. So it's sort of a gray color. Let me just get that in there, right over that line. We're gonna be painting over this with feathers and everything like that. But right now I'm just getting in that gray color. This brush is a tiny round brush. It is a Creative Micro Mini, and it's 5/0 is the size of it. And then I'm gonna put the same color, which kind of looks like this is, I'm gonna put it right up in here because we're gonna have feathers over the top of this. I'm painting right over my pencil line, or the sketch line. There we go. And a little bit right in front of where the wing's gonna go. You can't have the blue, that would look funny if I left the blue background on there, so get most of it covered here. I don't need a lot of texture. Because the hummingbird would not be rougher with texture. They're delicate little creatures. And this one had an attitude. That's why I took the picture. I was like, you know what? I think I need to paint that one. If you have the paint breaking up, which I do right on this very edge where it's coming in front of the background, I need to just get my brush in the water and come right back into the paint. There we go. And if you overshoot it, which I did just a little bit right there, I'm going to come back the other way with my damp brush and take that off. There we go. And this is a golden secret. This one's really worth a lot, because a lot of artists don't know that you can do that, and they just get really good at painting in really fine lines. Acrylic is forgiving. Oil is even more forgiving. It's just messier. Okay, so I'm gonna paint this all the way down because I can't have a blue background, and then also I will have another color to put in there too. So it's gonna need to be a bit darker. I'm gonna add some more black and brown to it. And that's what that is. It's actually blue and brown, ultramarine and brown. And get that in there. It won't need to be much darker, just a little bit. And I'm gonna paint that down here where, you know, there we go. Just, I'm painting it the direction that the feathers would go. And we will put in a wing in the front of it. On this portion of the bird, there is feathers right here. And I'm just painting in this shape of the feathers. I think there's even some green in there. So where are you coming from? I'm in Sherwood, Oregon, and I've lived here since 1993. I grew up in Tigard, Oregon, so I'm adding a little green to this. Where are you from? Yeah, where are you from? I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear any comments too, hopefully good ones. Would be better. I'd love to hear those better. But yeah, I'm gonna paint in just finish painting in the little feathers that are here, and then I'll blend them a little bit. So this bird has a little bit of green and the feathers in the front. And I took a picture of this bird by setting up my camera outside the feeder, and I waited and waited until all of a sudden there was activity, and I had the camera, all the settings were ready on the camera to capture, wing movement or whatever was going to be captured, and the bird just sat down there and looked over at me. So I thought, that is the perfect picture, I will take it, and I did. So I can show you the picture. And I'm gonna put make the shapes in the photo. Here's the picture. And that's what my reference photo is. And you can see how this has kind of got green and dark green in it and gray in the background. I'm gonna go ahead and make those little feathers a little bit more defined in the front. That's gonna take a little bit of lighter. I love doing photography too. It's fun. And not as much as I enjoy painting, but I like doing photography. Okay, I just want to make sure there's no texture. That's going to bother me later. I want to make sure there's no texture on here because I don't need texture right now. And this part is even easier when you're doing oil painting. It's easier to do the little feathers. In between them. Yeah. Painting light and dark, adding contrast, but also definition. So this little hummingbird. That's a pretty good start. Yeah, that's a pretty good start. I'm gonna stop on that. I wanna make sure that it looks pretty much like the feathers of a hummingbird. And I'm noticing that there's a little bit of texture right here, so I'm gonna take that out just by brushing the brush over it. There we go. We'll take out that texture. I'll leave the feathers where they are, and I'll see you in the next video. And I hope that you subscribe to my channel, share my channel, and I hope that you like this video. It is the hummingbird. So yeah, I will do another one, and I will see you then. Okay. Thank you for liking and subscribing and leaving a positive comment. And I hope you have an awesome day today. Okay. I will see you next video.